going really well.
She?
She's doing 800 evens. Welcome to ATB-TV, it's Darren Dance here with Peter Morganti. Today we're doing ATB-TV live from Michelle Paynes' property, and in the background we've got the Master Craftsman Condova colt, which is now known as?
Mike here at the stable. I don't know what his race name.
Question without notice?
I did say it, I forgot it. What is it?
I don't know. We'll just
How good away.
Anyway, Mike's here. He's joined us in ATB-TV. You can see his big head there, and good boy, aren't you? Yeah. Good boy. So he's getting very close, ladies, to getting to trial stage. So going particularly well, and we've just dropped off the Makfi Potions filly and the Epaulette filly as well. So all three are now here at Michelle Paynes. Yep. We've just dodged a big shower, and we're very pleased to welcome a new member to the team. I'm sure all Victorians would recognise Jane Bunn. I'm not sure about the interstaters, but how's that?
Steve Everett picked her up and sent that little photo in, and good to see her retired with the ATB gear, Darren.
I'm sure Steve Everett would like to pick her up. But
we will cut that combo about now.
Anyway, look, it's been a pretty good August so far, Pete.
Very good August, Darren.
Good day today with a winner and a third at Sandown, and where's that take us to year to date?
8 winners from 29 starts, Darren. So, actually, sorry, 8 from 30.
8 from 30.
Yep. And,
so it's pretty good, isn't it?
4 or 5 place getters. So we're rock and rolling at about 26-7% winners to runners.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? You go to Pakenham with the two favourites, one odds on, one just even money, and you come home with nothing.
Yeah, just step aside. There's a bloke there wanting to get on camera.
He's right there.
He's gone now.
He's got a bigger head than I have. Anyway, let's roll back. Where do we want to go?
We'll go way back to Silver Stratum at Sale, where he ran 7th, and story of his preparation, no luck. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't know what to think. You know, still not up to 2,000. Look, he probably should have won. He just got in traffic and just had no hope.
No. We've picked out a couple of 19 and 2,000 metre races, so I would be betting my bottom dollar if you go for one of those two trips.
You better be.
Yeah, so Epaulette was the following day. He ran 9th at Mildura, and he was disappointing.
Yeah, well, he was disappointing at Mildura, and he's gone to the paddock now, and his future's at the Crossroads. But after picking him up from the stables, Pete, he played up real bad in the truck, and if he went to Mildura like that, there's no way he could have run well.
Yeah.
He was very, very dirty in the truck, and if he was on a 6-hour trip to Mildura, there's no way he could have performed at his best there. It was disappointing, but anyway, he's gone to the paddock. He's had a bit of a mucked up year, really, that horse, with wet tracks and the wrong sort of races. But he's a summer horse, and we've got to look at what we do with him now.
Yep. Then on the Saturday, we had Rocket Cod at Seymour. Similarly, probably didn't get conditions to suit. He looked disappointing on face value.
Well, he was disappointing at Seymour. Once again, you know, he's our third runner for the week, and we're saying the same thing. You know, just disappointing. Just didn't handle the kickback at that track at all.
No.
And it was kind of Groundhog Day, really, just doing the same thing over and over. And anyway, I was pleased to hear David Hayes pleading to get him out to a mile and let us give him a trip on a proper firm surface.
Firm surface, yeah.
We know he doesn't handle the wet. We know he doesn't handle the synthetic, and we just got to get him on top of the ground somewhere and let him show his true colours before we consider his future. Yep.
The Sunday, success, my shiny choice. Another strong, well, tough win it was at Pakenham.
It was a great win. He had 59.5 on the synthetic, which I'm not a fan of, but he positioned him really well there, and he travelled up nicely, and he got to the front probably a bit sooner than he might have liked to, and he was challenged, but gee, he's a tough horse when he gets to the front.
He responded.
He didn't want him going past him, and it was really good for all the owners. So he's having a great prep. 2 wins from 4 starts this prep, and you know, he's going to win more races.
Yeah, I think Robbie's indications are we'll head to the turf now and try and find a race.
Did he say Sandown? Or?
He did mention Sandown, yeah. I'm not too sure of a date, but
No, he's going well, that big horse. He's 17 hands high now, that horse. He's really matured out. He's obviously a full brother to Duxurious, who got better with age, and this bloke looks like he's doing the same.
Yep, no, terrific result. Monday we had Astrological kick off her career, and combination maybe of wrong part of the track and the track itself being slow. She finished 9th, beaten a long way.
Well, they're going there just to give her a run, really, just kick her off. But obviously 1,000 metres was far too short for her. The track conditions turned out that she didn't really handle it, but she was hunted up all the way and given no real chance to be in the finish. I think she would have been better ridden quieter and let finish off, and I think she would have been better off in 1100 first up. So she's trialled up well, Pete. You've seen the trials, and it's just, I don't like seeing them go to those races and get flogged like that first up. It gives them or the owners no confidence.
No, that's right.
And now we're sort of on the back foot, and we've got to show everyone that we can turn it around. So she'll go to 1200 somewhere next start, and hopefully certainly she'll only run on top of the ground, and we'll see the real Astrological.
There's a couple of races we picked out in a couple of weeks' time, so hopefully we'll see an improvement there. Yesterday you went to Pakenham, and we had Chateau Griffo run a close second, and we also had Galileo's Pearl have no luck in his race, and he finished 7th.
Yeah, well, look, it was disappointing for Chateau Griffo to get beat. We needed to win that to continue on with our spring carnival plans, but she got beat, so that's out the gate. We're down to Sale now in her next start back on the turf. Here's another horse that didn't really handle the synthetic. Spun her wheels a bit until she got on the harder part of the track, and then flashed and hit the line strong. Look, the winner had all the favours, come up the rail. We probably covered 20 to 25 metres more than the winner and got beat 3 metres. So you could argue she could have won. I think if it had been on turf, she would have won easy. But now we're still chasing the maiden before we can go into any of those black type races. So we've got to go to Sale and win. Galileo's Pearl, similarly, look, it's been in great form, won 3 in a row. But similarly, back on that track, that was his 5th start there, I believe, at Pakenham. And he's failed on each occasion. So, you got a question now, do we just keep running him on the synthetic and keep failing, or do we actually try and get back to Sandown or back on the turf?
I think we've learnt a lesson there.
You think we have?
Well,
you think the trainer might?
Well, he did take him to Sandown on the turf, and then he probably was...
He's pulled the wrong rein.
Yeah, I don't think it was a lot to choose from. And
pulled the wrong rein, Pete. Don't stick up for him. Don't stick up for him.
He cut me off. He made a bad mistake.
A big mistake, didn't he? He got it wrong.
61.5.
Did he get it wrong?
15 on the synthetic. I reckon that adds up to wrong.
He got it wrong. Oh, that's all I want you to say.
I'm all with you, Mick.
Hopefully he doesnn't watch this. Anyway, bad luck if you do. You got it wrong.
As you mentioned earlier, we had a good day today. It's Wednesday as we speak. We had Craiganair. Terrific win, Craig Williams.
Well, here's a horse that,
was sacked.
4 weeks ago he was going nowhere. And, credit to the Hayes team. They've got him to settle and got him racing really well. And, a couple of he won there, and then he got up into the grades and he just flashing home and just couldn't pick him up on that tight Geelong track. And to their credit, realised to get him off the synthetic, get him out onto the turf over a mile. Having said that, we couldn't run him on the turf earlier because he doesn't handle the wet, but now at the right time of year, and we just beat the rain today by about an hour, and it was a good ride and it was a very good win, and Craig gave him a really good report afterwards and said, he gave him a good feel, he was strong through the line, he'll win better races and he'll get further.
I think back to the 1300 where he flashed and he was strong, and we thought, they'll get 14 or 15. Potential now he could get 18 the way he won today. So
could be a 2,000 metre horse, but it was quite interesting that we just dropped one off at the Weir camp and they said it was a good win, your horse, because we thought ours would win.
Yeah, exactly. So
you ran third and we won.
Yeah, so there you go. They turned the table on us with Clairvaux, unfortunately. They did win, but Clairvaux was terrific. He was mowing them down late.
Yeah, well, here's a horse that this prep, he put in one good run and then a couple of ordinary ones, and he started pulling in his races and being out the back and just couldn't get into the finish on some of those tracks and races where they are a little bit leader dominated, and it's hard for a horse who pulls to run on and pick them up if they're going to go slow and then sprint home. They just got no hope.
No.
So it was a good move by Matthew Williams to take him back to the 800. Midweek grade now, his rating was down. And he got way out the back. He just couldn't keep up early because of the fast tempo. But he hooked him out wide. He must have been 12 or 15 off him on the bend. And he's gone down by half a length and really flashed to the line. Had it been another 50 metres, he probably wins. The rain did come at the right time for him. And just interesting that I think that was a very, very strong 78.
Yeah, it was.
The first and second horse were both internationals, like they were imported horses that would have cost a lot of money, and they'd have fair ability to bring them all the way to Australia. So for him to flash home and run third, that's outstanding.
Yeah.
And I think we might have him back on track. But once again, credit to Craig Williams.
Yes.
Whilst he's slaughtered us this weekend, he's done the job today.
Yeah. Just back to San Antonio, I see a Written Tycoon win earlier in the day. Darren, we've got a Written Tycoon on our books.
We're ready to syndicate one.
Yeah.
Certainly the one out of from the Magic Million sale. There's still 40% available.
Yeah.
And you've got a little promo here.
Yes.
Well, that's the Written Tycoon filly with Robbie Griffiths. She's in work and she'll be ready to have a trial shortly, and then she'll have a break and be back for those early juvenile 2-year-old races. And yeah, she's all quality, that filly.
Righto, upcoming runners, Darren. I'm heading to Warrnambool tomorrow. It would be a wet Warrnambool, I would say. Heavy track, no doubt. We've got 3 runners there, all looking to have each way chances. Pressing Matters is the first in a 2,350 metre highweight with Jamie Mott on board.
Yeah, Johnny Allen's having a break, so we've gone with Jamie Mott here. And look, this horse has been improving. This is his first prep. Hopefully tomorrow he can break through and get that win on the board.
Looks a winnable race. Captain Harry's first up. He's been trialling up nicely. Probably just a little concerned with the real heavy track, but I mean, he's been
heavy
trialling
10 first
on it.
up makes it hard. A few people have texted me and said, is he the boom horse that you mentioned last time or not? I said, I don't know. You wouldn't know who Pete's wrapping up. You wouldn't have a clue. He doesn't even tell me.
The boom horse.
The boom horse. But anyway, no, this horse is going along particularly well, and I just think whatever he does tomorrow he'll improve on. But if he can run into the placings, I think we'd walk away pretty happy.
Good result. Guess who's back on top?
Old Yendel.
Old Yendel's back.
He'll be huffing and puffing.
Yeah.
Hey?
He only went with a half a book of rides. He said he just need to ease himself back
Ease into it. You better take some Danker rub down there for him.
Anyway, it's good to have Dean back. We certainly missed him the last 6 or 8 weeks. Dasher Maple, little filly in the 1,300 metre benchmark 64. Disappointing last time, but
yeah, there were circumstances around that.
Yeah.
She didn't really handle the going, which was gluggy, I think was the best word to
that's
describe
the word
it.
we come up with.
That's when it's heavy and it's drying out and it gets really sticky. A lot of horses don't handle it. She'll be on a real heavy track tomorrow, and she's a wet track mudlark, so I expect a much better improvement in performance from her.
Damien Lane.
D Lane.
Yes, D Lane. I think Friday we can have a day off.
No runners?
No runners, but you're heading to the sales with a couple.
We are moving a few on.
Yes, on Friday. Saturday, you go one way, I'll go the other. You follow Yogi down at the Valley, and I'll go to Donald and have a look at Ransom Bunny.
Well, 2,600 is it at the Valley?
2,500
at the Valley. Craig Williams done the dirty on us.
Yeah, so D Lane's on.
Bit of a muck up there, but anyway, D Lane's on, and it's a Saturday meeting and it's a strongish field, but I was amazed actually earlier just to have a look and see that the horse is open $3.60 and he's into $2.60.
Yeah.
How does that happen? I'm thinking he's a $6 chance,
well,
$7 chance, one at the Valley, where he's going to be back and then, short straight. And he's in again. There's a couple of good horses in that race.
Well, we get the Master Zephyr clash. You might have mentioned back a couple of ATB-TVs ago.
Well, Darren said there's not much between these two horses, so
we'll have a look.
One's at $6 and one's at $2.60. Maybe there's more between them than we know about.
Find out at 12:25. Race 1, Darren. You have to feed up early Saturday morning.
It's my worst nightmare. We're race 1,
Probably a couple of foals on the way just before it as well.
Well, now you mentioned foals.
Yeah.
We might as well shoot to this little foal that was born overnight. A little Dandino filly out of Savababe. And is he not a chip off the old block? All right, so where are you going Saturday? You're going to Donald to see Ransom Money first up?
Yeah, it's a bit hard to get. This horse has been trialling up nicely. 1,200 metres. He's got to be some sort of. Obviously, we haven't seen the fields, but
did he win first up last time?
No. We had a third at stall on that tight track.
Yep.
Flew home, and then we had a couple of runs before he won. So
he's an improving horse.
Got to run well, I reckon.
The only reason he got beat last time because he was green.
Yeah.
I reckon he'll win first up.
Yeah.
Who's riding?
We've got Jack on because Jack won on him, so I mean, all good there, and we may have went with Dean if he was about.
You'll be getting a DVD there.
Hopefully.
Who's next?
Well, we haven't got too much after that concrete, but
Yes, we are.
potentially... Oh, well, Tiberian on Sunday night.
You've forgotten about that, haven't you? It's not even on his list, punters. Let's have a look here.
No, I crossed it out.
No. It's not even on there, see? No Tiberian at all, because he's...
No, it's in the memory bank.
Yeah, I know all about your memory
It's frozen at the moment.
So he runs in a Group 2 in France. That'll be his final run before his next run after this will be the Melbourne Cup, all going well.
Yep.
So, yeah, obviously haven't seen the field. The decks will be out tomorrow, but he's running Sunday night in France at Deauville in a Group 2. A win there would push him up in the weights in the Melbourne Cup.
Yep.
He's currently sitting at around 54. They've taken to 56. A nice placing wouldn't hurt his chances at all. So
Place would be good, wouldn't it?
well, we'll take the win. We need the money, but you know, if he wins there's going to be a fair bit of media around him. But anyway, now
very good. Now I'll come back to Victoria.
Who are we planning for next week?
Well,
and where?
I spoke to the stable. Obviously, we're a little bit out from them being concrete with their plans, but Revolutionary is a chance of going around at Cranbourne.
Chance?
2025. Stepped him out quick, haven't
they? That'll only be your third race start, but it was a good win the other day at Coleraine.
Yep.
And he never looked to win until the last bound, but if he goes to Cranbourne, look, the horse is flying, so he's going well, and if he goes there, he goes there. If he doesn't, it doesn't matter.
Star written all over him. On the Monday, now these have just come at me a little bit as a surprise, with not so much Artisano going to a mile race at Wangaratta.
On
Monday.
That's a long drive for you.
Yeah, and the stable said more than likely he'll go there. Another nomination is Silver Stratum in a 2000, which is a 9-day backup.
Well, he only went 200 metres last
I was going to say, he actually had a track gallop, so they'll know more Friday with him.
No
so
problem.
that's
Who's
two.
Next?
Here to Fox is one we're looking forward to at Mildura on Tuesday.
Another long drive for you.
It is, isn't it?
You might as well just go to Wangaratta, just do a lap of Victoria.
That helicopter you're buying.
Very good run first up at Geelong, and should be extremely hard to beat at Mildura.
Dean Yendel's booked.
Yendel, Tuesday, Mildura.
I'm not sure about Wangaratta yet.
Wednesday?
It's Sandown, but I don't know of anything that's running.
You don't know anyone that's running at Sandown?
Do you?
No.
No. There's the likes of PK and Saar playing the following weekend.
Right. And I'm sure there'll be a couple of sneaky ones that pop in that we haven't been told about.
I had a look, but I don't think so, but maybe, yeah. Galileo's Pearl might pop up somewhere again.
Surely he's going the paddock.
No. So
that's about where we're at.
That's where we're at. Covers them all.
Lots of chances there, Pete.
Oh, geez, there were a chance to get 10 for the month, Darren.
There'll be one or two winners there, you'd think.
Hopefully. Each week we've had a winner or two or three. So
we've kicked off really well, but I can tell you right now, we're going to run out of bullets. And I know I keep saying that every day, but I think if I don't hurry up, we're going to be in the dark here.
It's
getting a bit dark, Pete.
Yes. We're going to lead into the month with our September, so I better mention that. We've got to be doing our 10,000 steps a day.
I've done 10,500 so far.
In the truck?
Today.
In the truck?
No, walking. How'd you go?
You've done 30. I've been
30. You've done 30.
First time I've been out of the house since Sunday, Darren. Got a crook household.
Yeah, you got a germ-infested pit there.
God, I haven't got it yet,
Yeah, well, I don't want it, thanks.
Yeah, so anyway, September, we'll have a little bit of that in the newsletter.
Next month?
Yeah, we need people to donate.
Donate? What's it for? What charity?
Cerebral palsy.
You like these questions without notice, don't you?
Yeah, got that one. I just couldn't get it out.
Very good. And the breeding season, as you saw the photo of Dandino. If anyone's interested in getting involved in the breeding, they should give me a call. We do have some shares in mares that I own that I'm quite happy to put you into that will give you that joy of breeding your own and either selling or racing the progeny. It's a lot of fun and it can be very rewarding both physically and financially.
And I just did a promo up on one of those today.
There's a Savabeel mare there called Huster BB that's off to a stern that currently I own 50% of, and if anyone would like a 10% share in her, you're more than welcome, and it's only $2,200 a share.
Yep, we'll get that promo out in the newsletter and out to everyone to have a look at.
Well, I think I've lost interest. The Master Craftsman certainly has.
He's in his box, hasn't he?
No, he's gone over to have some grass.
Quick graze, yeah.
Bit of a graze there. So now it's all good. So all this women's racing stuff should heat up now over the next 8 weeks. Yep. Particularly with this Master Craftsman looking like going to Cranbourne for a trial Monday week. So it's all go. Started off really well for the month, and I'm just going to be interested to see how long the run will go for.
Yeah, well, whatever happens, can't be known. If you have a month like this, every 2 months, we'll get 100 winners of the year, Darren.
Oh, now you're just being silly.
Oh, not being silly.
He's been looking at Jane Bunn too much. Until next week, I'm Darren Dance at Michelle Paynes property with Peter Morganti.